everyone. Welcome to the, do we have a name for this yet?
So this podcast may or may not be known as the Chris and Will Show.
I know,
unofficially.
Like yeah. So, I don't know. We had all been talking about, doing this kind of podcast where we would have, different members of the RT Florida community come on and we'd, just shoot the shit and basically do what they do in the RT podcast, And so I think this is just us testing it out,
I think we'll test it out mighty fine.
Yeah.
And we'll probably break everything in here.
Oh, yeah.
At least once or twice.
And I think we need to emphasize, too, that this is a test podcast because, I don't know about you, but I've never recorded a podcast before.
Neither have I, so this is going to be a fantastic run.
Yeah, it's going to be a shit show. So,
Perfect. Just what RT Florida is all about.
Hell yeah.
Shit shows.
So maybe we'll just go off and do some introductions. So I'm Will. I'm one of the admins for RT Florida.
I'm Chris. I do social media occasionally. Some of the times, usually on social media, I am the harasser of other organizations within RT.
Oh yeah.
And
if you see a sarcastic tweet, like at one of the other communities, it was probably Chris.
Yeah, usually, right now I've been making fun of Maine and Ohio and what's the new one? I think we got a few new ones in Rhode Island.
Yeah. Rhode Island's a new one. So
they get pictures from me about beaches and stuff like that. It's fun.
Especially now that summer's rolling around, we have good weather. So
I wouldn't call it good weather. I would call it blazing hot magma sun.
Yeah, it's funny because it's good weather to everyone else. They're like, I gotta go to Florida because it's nice out, and we're all sitting here in the swamp with like sweaty armpits and like.
It's like right now we've already gone through 3 different shirts right now.
Yeah,
it's like it's not good.
Yeah, he's not wrong. This is number 3. We have to buy new ones every now and then because we get pit stains.
Yeah, you really have to bring like 2 pairs of shirts anywhere you go in Florida.
Definitely.
To be safe because of sweat and then rain. So
yeah, or you can just grab an umbrella.
Who needs an umbrella though? We're Floridians.
So we wanted to talk about too, and just like more of an introduction style, talk about how we got into Rooster Teeth. So what was the first Rooster Teeth video you saw?
God, it would have been season 2 of RVB.
Season 2. Okay, so a while back.
Yeah. How many years ago? That would have been 10
years ago, right? No. Because the first season was in 2003. So it would probably been like 2005 that was coming out. So probably
maybe I was in 9th grade. So yeah, 2005 would have put me about
math.
9th grade. Yeah, math. Yeah, about 2005, I was in a computer lab with some of my friends, and at that point they were showing me RVB, and then they're like, "Hey, you like Halo?" And
you don't want to talk to me?
I want to talk to them. I gotta talk to them too.
That's not how the podcast works.
Remember how we started off with this section that it's just going to be a shit show?
That's exactly what it is. Okay.
That's like, so as much as I want to talk to you, I got to talk to them.
We don't need,
there could be something, there could be a crowd back here, maybe I need to talk to them.
All I'm saying is it's supposed to be a conversation between us, right?
But we want to make it intimate with them.
Think of them as like eavesdroppers, alright?
But I want to talk to them too.
Fine, I'm going to face this way.
So back in 2005, watching RVB, and I like Halo. They made Halo stuff, and now I'm here making a shit show podcast.
That was a big leap. So 2005, like RVB, and then 2016 RT podcast for RT Florida. I like it.
Just a big jump. Like I've never liked RT in between. It just was 2005.
I watched a video and then I joined.
Yeah, then I joined this.
Jeez. Yeah, I was in kind of the same boat where in 2004, I think, a buddy of mine. That was back when you had to download the episodes. You couldn't like stream them online. So my buddy had downloaded a few of the RVB episodes. There's actually the Thanksgiving PSA from 2004. I think the title of it was Indigestion 2004. And it was amazing. Because you're right, like that was back when we were all playing Halo. And, so anybody making anything with Halo was going to be amazing. So, yeah, so he showed me that, and I thought it was hilarious. And then I think it was a good, 2 years before I actually started watching it regularly. was probably about season 4 was when I was like, okay, I'm gonna start watching these as they come out, and then finally in 2007 I was like, oh, you can actually like sign up and become a member on the site, and I was like, how have I not noticed that? So yeah, I think 2007 is what it says on my profile, but you know, I think a lot of us are in the same kind of boat where we have seen videos previously, and then join the site and join the community a little bit later.
Yeah, I joined probably back in 2007,
I
and with my first account, and then I never signed on for a while, and so I just completely forgot my account, and I got too lazy, so I just made a new one.
Just like forget what the username was?
Yeah, I just forgot what it was. I was like,
there's like a new, there's like some account sitting out there, like,
it's just unknown.
Yeah, if you
Nobody signed in since 2005.
If you had to guess what your old username was on that account.
Oh, I think it was close to like Disturbed one, but I had to like, kind of change it a little bit, because it didn't fit. You couldn't fit everything in there. So I'm something like Disturbed one. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm a big fan of the band Disturbed back then, and that influenced my name.
I mean, that's how most kids were.
Yeah. Remember, this is back in 2007, so that was the I'm into politics, but I'm 16 age. So.
Oh goodness. No, I feel like that. Yeah, I mean, well, so I've had the same username on the site since 2007, and it was my gamer tag when I first got an Xbox, and that was WB Spartan because I was 14 years old, and I was like, oh, Master Chief is so awesome! Like that needs to be in my gamer tag, and you know I needed to go with 2 letters. I don't know. It was obviously poorly thought out, but
well, I mean, all your names are
12 years later,
poorly thought out.
There you go.
I mean, just like even look at your first email address.
Snowboarder314.
Yeah.
Fun fact about my first.
I don't even want to say my name because it's awful. I made that in 6th grade.
All right, we're gonna come back to that because I really want to hear it. I think everyone else wants to hear that. But I was not allowed to have an email account when I was growing up. I think my first email account I got when I was 16 or 17. First email, I know.
That's really late.
I know, right? It was the kind of thing where like I had to give people my dad's email account. It was really embarrassing.
Yeah, that's how my parents decided that it was time to give me my own.
They were like sick of getting your shit.
Yeah, they're getting tired of that. They did not want.
Which is ridiculous because it's like,
CartoonNetwork.com or whatever they got tired of those.
Yeah. You don't want links from like Lego.com and
then Eddie's home tonight. Join us.
Holy shit, that's crazy.
Find out what Plank's gonna do and say.
So what was your email address?
I cannot.
You can't?
I can't do it.
Can you give us a hint?
We
could have a guessing game. We could say, person who's closest gets, I don't know, a gift card or something.
Sure, why not? By gift card, we mean it may have already been used and you just get a picture of it. So.
I'll tell you what, we'll give you a few mod points. Oh my god, there's something else to talk about. Mod points.
What are the mod points?
Mod points? No, remember in the early... Okay, we'll come back to that because I want to hear...
We definitely... Okay.
I want a hint.
Okay, so my 6th grade email is the name I gave my saxophone.
That's not a hint.
That's a super hint.
Okay, so if you're out there and you know Chris and you were in band with him, please reach out to us because we all want to know.
Unofficially, it involved the second one I had. I don't want to go on too long a tangent, but I probably will anyway. Second one I had, it squeaked a lot because it was foreign, and by terms of foreign, I mean Taiwan, China, garbage.
Okay.
So I'll give Squeaky the name of the saxophone and then sax.
Okay, maybe I don't want to know. And you had emails like this? Yeah, okay, that's what we want to see is guesses to so it's Squeaky blank saxophone.
And it's
Squeaky
nothing awful, it's a legitimate name.
I don't understand why you don't want to tell us what it is if it's a legitimate name.
Well, hey, we want to try to get people to do
come up with good guesses. Words. It's a name, but don't let that discourage you from making it really funny. So going back to the the mod points thing. So remember in the earlier days of the website, you could mod things like you can now with +1 cool or +1 funny or -1 flame bait, which was the best one. And you got karma from that, and you had like a certain number of mod points. So it's like people would mod you, you would get those points, which you could then go and mod other people's posts. And it was like mod points were like a commodity. It was like you could have like an art contest or something. You would submit it to a user, and then if you won, they would give you like 10 mod points. You get 10, +10 cool or +10 funny on your account, and then you could go and use those mod points somewhere else. And the more mod points you got, the higher your karma was. And I don't think karma's around anymore. It used to show your karma on the old site.
Isn't it like level now?
I don't think, does it even say that? I don't remember. Here, let's look it up. So yeah, it was the kind of thing where you could have. Oh, here we go. Rooster Teeth. There it is.
We could also use this fancy computer over here that they provide.
Yeah, they'll leave us.
That gets in the way.
So yeah, it was the kind of thing where like you'd have people who capped out at +99, which was the highest you could get. Yeah, see, they don't have it anymore. They got rid of it.
Can confirm, not there.
Yeah, and so if you had a lot of mod points, you were the shit because you capped out at 99, and you had tons of awesome mods, but they got rid of the mod points but kept the karma level, and then now with the switch to the new website, there's no karma level, and they're bringing back mod points. So I don't know how. I never really was attached to the karma level I had, but I think the mod points thing is pretty cool. So I'm glad they brought that back. But it's like now you can mod anything you want. It used to be like you couldn't mod things if you had no points saved up. So even if you wanted to say +1 cool, you couldn't do it if you had already modded away all your points. So I don't know. It was something interesting, and I really liked it. I thought like having those points was pretty cool, but I don't know. We're in a day and age now where things like Facebook, you can like everyone's posts, or you can like and retweet things, or I don't know. It's just like maybe it's just better to have it this way, where you can just mod everything without having to worry about the points. Because it's nice. It's very satisfying to read someone's post and say +1 cool, and not have to worry about like, oh, do I want to say that person's post is cool?
Yeah.
If I can't, say that about the next person's post.
I definitely like the idea of it allowing you to just do whatever you want.
Yeah.
In terms of whatever, because people like my posts now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, I mean, I feel.
They don't have to save their post. They don't have to save their mod points. Like I don't know, man. Like there's gonna be like Victoria's gonna make another post, and I gotta save my mod points to get +1 cool, and not you.
I know. Now, when I want to say bad jokes, people can actually put LOL instead of, or like modding me those points or whatever, karma level, whatever they want to call it.
Exactly.
And then,
it's probably simpler this way. It's probably a lot more simple.
Instead of just putting LOL, you can just lol.
Oh goodness! All right, what do we have next on the agenda?
I think we want to go into official names.
Yeah. Okay. So, what did you suggest earlier? The podcast that may or may not be the Chris and Will show.
Yeah. So that's the official name. It's really long. I mean, it's gonna fit perfectly on shirts.
I know, right?
You don't even know.
Let's use it. So like, it could be like what the Chris.
So it's gonna be this may or may not be the. I already went there. The Chris and the Will. It's back here. It says Will.
That sounds like it's gonna be 45.
And then podcast.
Podcast.
And it's actually the podcast part. It circles around.
There you go. And it's got the logo.
Yeah, it's got the RT Florida logo.
There you go. The rooster.
But it's actually inside the shirt, so
you have to lift it up.
You have to lift it up
to show people. Oh jeez. So let's see what else. I mean, like there's the RT Florida podcast, but that just seems kind of.
Yeah, that was a name I put. Let me. My favorite name for our show would be the Brews and Roll Show.
Okay, I like that.
And the only problem with that is I think people would come in here expecting us to talk about beer and pot.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I thought about bringing some beer in here. I mean, it's finals. Okay, so we need to preface what we're doing right now. We are actually in the University of Florida library in the basement with like all the stacks in one of their recording rooms, and it's finals week and there's almost no one around. So if we're being honest, sneaking beer into here would be incredibly easy.
So easy.
And there's no one around. I mean, like we're in the back corner. There's a stack of books for political science over there.
All the people are just coming in here.
No one's coming to read that.
Everybody's coming in here right now. You know, with the election season and stuff like that. Everybody's just going straight there.
I think I was
absolutely population of 0 down there.
I was waiting for you, and I went over there, and they had like weird like New Jersey statues and just.
Well, I mean, you know, in Florida, New Jersey
see.
statues are very popular here in Florida.
They are. That's why I have that whole.
That's why we have that whole stack over there and that's why they're all there. Every single book on New Jersey statues is there.
Well, jokes on
nobody wants them.
Jokes on him. They were 2 books. I kid you not. They were like this big. They were tiny. They were like little pocket Bibles. So, I mean,
was that the thickness or the actual width?
So this is the X and Y dimension, and then Z. I mean, they were pretty thick. They weren't that big. You know, I'm like on a tissue paper, so you can fit more pages in there. I mean, Brews and Rolls sounds pretty good, but you're right. I feel like the expectation
I think people of that would be like,
there would be some.
They're gonna talk about beer and pot, my favorite.
And then we're talking about like video games.
Yeah,
we're talking about Bruce Lee or like whatever dumb shit we decide to talk about. Oh my gosh! So what's next on the agenda? FL.A.N podcast.
So the next name I have it's pretty simple. It's called RT Florida Roundtable.
All right.
Unfortunately, we don't have a round table, so.
And there's only 2 of us.
So there's only 2 of us, so we're like Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table.
Mm-hmm.
Minus 11 of them.
Yeah, and we only need like 1 table.
We only need 1 table.
I mean,
it's not even round, it's square.
It could even be
rectangle.
like a breakfast nook or like a bar. Just something for us to sit next to each other.
I think we could just use a stool, and that'd be great.
I mean, we're using stools right now. I mean, honestly, yeah, there's a desk in front of us, but.
Or a footrest.
Footrest, man, that'd be nice. You know what I really want? I want a couch, like they have on the RT podcast.
Well, here's what we'll do next time. We'll bring a couch into here. I don't think they'll mind at all.
I mean, they're not gonna notice. I mean, here, let me give you an idea of what we're sitting on right now. These big ass metal stools. Does this look comfortable?
It's not.
It has no backrest. Look at that. That's how big it is. Unbelievable. Goodness. So, I was trying to think of some names, and I was trying to think of some names that, weren't RT Florida related. They were like, kind of like the Achievement Hunter podcast is off topic, or Dude Soup is the Funhouse one. So I was trying to think of some names that weren't necessarily, had podcasts in them or were about RT Florida. And I couldn't really think of anything good, you know what I mean? And I think what the problem is that, we don't really have a direction for this podcast. It's really just, it's like the RT podcast. It's just like, what do you want to talk about? I don't know. Let's talk about what do you want to talk about.
We want to talk about science, we can talk politics, we can...
No, we're not talking about politics. The not politic podcast. There we go. Name, done.
Oh, bam,
check,
we're done.
Moving on. What else you got?
So, they're bad. I thought
they're bad.
You messaged me at 2 a.m. in the morning at one point.
Why were you up that late?
Don't ask questions. I was trying to think of names for us. So I have RT Florida Cast, super simple.
All right.
Then I have the RT Florida Forecast.
That might be confusing for people who are searching for weather.
Aren't we the weather? I mean, look at the green screen. So over here in Florida, it's gonna be
Jake,
fucking hot all year.
There you go. Yeah, so we can do the right in the middle. We can say, we have a cold front moving in from west to east here. We have storms moving in down here to Miami. Jake, you need to make that happen.
Jake,
I don't have the talent to do that, or I don't have the know-how or the equipment. So we should say that. I think who edits the videos? It's Victoria and Jake who do most of the editing, right?
Correct.
And I think
at the moment that I know of.
At the moment. I mean, those are, Victoria is one of the other admins, and Jake is someone who does most of the editing for us, and posts our Let's Plays on YouTube and a lot of our live action stuff from meetups. So yeah, he's been really awesome at that. He's been cutting some really great videos together. But he's the guy who can make this happen. I mean, I'm sure Victoria can do it too.
But she'll just make him do it.
Yeah.
I mean, we know the truth.
Jake, we make you do it because we know you can do a good job. Because if I did it,
and also
it would
because
be terrible.
We love you.
We do love you. Hearts for Jake.
Heart.
And Victoria, I guess.
Well,
the smaller one. Victoria, we do appreciate you. And you are awesome.
Ish. Next thing.
Oh yeah, next thing.
No. Yeah, the next thing.
Next
so
thing.
I got RT Florida Report.
RT Florida Report. I mean, this
or
is
we could Colbert it and go report.
I mean, that's classy.
It is.
That's really classy.
We could almost say we're French.
We're looking. Okay, Jake. Next thing. Newsroom on the green screen. RT Florida Report. We look like two reporters right now. Today in the news, we have what do we have coming up?
Breaking news from Channel 5 News. We have a cat stuck in a tree again.
Wow. That's all you could come up with?
Yep.
Now we're talking about RT Florida
do you want to talk about... Oh, okay. Well, I still haven't... We haven't even
got Saturday, we have an RT Florida house party at... Whose house is it? Man, okay. Anyway, so obviously the RT Florida report is terrible because neither one of us are good at doing news reports.
Usually with news reports we have a nice little...
Oh, we do a teleprompter.
We gotta have a teleprompter up there.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, technically we could.
We could just read off Victoria's weekly updates.
Yeah, we could. But
So
then who would read?
So
who would read when you could see our lovely faces?
I know, right? That's why I would do that.
And so my last name that I came up with for this podcast is Slightly Off.
I kind of like that. I like that. Slightly Off podcast?
The Slightly Off podcast.
You saved the best for last. I love it.
Yeah, so this is what happens when you think of stuff at 2 a.m. in the morning.
I mean, that's when all the good names are made.
At 2 a.m. in the morning, just like RT Florida Forecast.
I don't even know.
I was like, what's close to forecast? I'm like, or what's close to cast?
What's close to forecast? Holy shit.
By the way, it's only 6 p.m. and this is me.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, so, I mean, Slightly Off, I like. I really like that.
We might be putting that up to a vote to people out there.
Vote for that, because I like that. If you vote for RT Florida Forecast, or whatever the hell it was, I'm going to be pissed.
You've pretty much essentially told everybody to vote for Forecast now. You do realize that.
Don't vote for Slightly Off.
Hey, Jake, cut this part out. Jake, just cut that part out.
Or Victoria, we don't want to.
Or Victoria.
We don't want to.
Mostly Jake, though, because we know what's going to happen.
Doing this.
So just cut that part out, and we're going to start back here in about a second here. And we're both going to be in agreement of Slightly Off, okay?
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
So yeah, but the Slightly Off I think it's my favorite name. You know, I thought of it at 3 a.m., so nothing could be wrong with that at all.
Yes, Slightly Off is what we're going to go with. Even if we vote for it, you should vote for that.
Yeah. We're voting for that. We get a vote. We get a vote for that, right?
I mean, we can vote, but that's one vote. I don't think our vote counts more than.
Don't we get electoral votes?
Making shit complicated that doesn't need to be complicated.
I thought my votes counted as 3.
Okay, I have been putting this off, but I need to tell this story because I wish I was recording it at the time, and I think Chris knows what I'm talking about.
I already know what you're talking about.
So Chris and I are driving home from Orlando after the 2nd annual RT Florida meetup
in March Madness.
That one. And you can check out the video on our RT Florida YouTube page of us playing laser tag and playing, what was the game called? With the
Whirly Ball.
Whirly Ball.
World famous Whirly Ball. Yeah. Everybody knows the popular sport of Whirly Ball.
Bumper cars and basketball and lacrosse and all that stuff.
All your favorite sports in one sport.
With fire, electricity, and smoke in some instances. So check that out.
Find out more on our YouTube page.
Anyway, so we're driving home, and Chris has told me on many occasions that he works at the museum here at UF. And I didn't really know what that meant. So I started probing, and I was like, hey, so what exactly do you do? And he's telling me that there's, a butterfly pavilion there. And I was like, oh, that's so cool, butterfly pavilion. I mean, what's cooler than a butterfly pavilion? So, Chris, go ahead and walk us through what exactly it is you do there. And maybe not what it is either, but just like what happens at the museum and what it's about, the butterfly pavilion and all that.
So my job essentially with the museum is to make things work.
Excellent.
That's essentially how I like to word it. And so like I train people, I make sure our stuff's there, I order products, I assist in buying or making new products and stuff like that for the stores. And I also work in another department as well, our visitor services. And so I help them train and train.
Train.
There's a lot of training.
Okay.
That's essentially what I do in about all of 30 seconds.
Okay.
There's probably more words and better words to use, but I'm also trying not to give away too much.
Okay. So.
Even though it takes a quick Google search to find where I work.
Yeah. So, butterfly pavilion. How many species do you guys have there?
Ooh.
A lot?
A lot. Usually
Okay.
I think we have about 150 to 200 species out there at any time, and that just kind of depends on the weather.
So,
I mean, butterflies don't like flying in the cold.
I don't think...
So
I like the
it
cold,
does-
but I think a lot of people here in Florida do not like the cold.
Oh, cold's fantastic, but let's go on.
It is fantastic. This is for all you who don't like the cold.
By the cold, I mean it gets down to 30 and then it never goes below that. Because that's awful.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, Northerners, so you're just going to get more pictures of our beaches.
Oh, yeah. So, you guys get in, new butterflies. You guys
We get in
shipments of new butterflies.
New
How do you
butterflies
guys
every
get
day.
new butterflies? Do they come in, boxes?
They do come in boxes. FedEx, overnight. They get so essentially they're in chrysalis form.
Oh, okay. They're not just it's like you take the box outside and open it up.
Yeah,
and the
there's
butterflies fly out. And
It's like watching
fanfare and trumpets.
Yeah, we actually have trumpets going on in the background.
Okay, so they're all in their little chrysalis form.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then we hatch them from that state, and then at that point we put them in cages, and they're lovely cages. They're the best cages around.
We call them habitats.
Habitats
For people who don't like the word cage.
and little like this big.
There you go.
And then at that point we bring them outside, and we have live butterfly releases to show off to the masses, and it kind of helps explain.
I'm sorry, I'm getting so excited for the best part of the story.
I think. Oh, so what is your best part? Let's just might as well let's stop being around the bush and just go straight towards it.
So I don't exactly remember how we got to this. I don't remember what the step was to get there.
I think the same step is how you ask what happens to all the butterflies that die?
Yeah. So what is the disposal process of butterflies? I thought it was you go outside and you dig a hole and you just bury it.
Yeah, and we have a nice funeral, and we get a
like,
priest out there,
this
and
is
he
all-
blesses them.
This is for all the butterflies who have passed away over the year.
in the passing.
This is the memorial area.
And then there's in the background, there's a nice little slideshow going on.
But
of all the butterflies.
that was not the case. That was not
No,
the
that
case.
is definitely not the case.
Go ahead and tell everyone how you guys dispose of butterflies.
So how do we properly dispose of butterflies, you may ask?
Properly.
There's two ways, actually. The ones that are still in perfect condition are used for research.
Understandable.
And
At the university.
then the ones that aren't in perfect condition are not used for research. They are then put into a incinerator and then burned.
They incinerate butterflies. Oh my gosh!
It only took me a few years to learn this secret story.
It's because some dude with a pile of butterflies shoveling them into an
Shoveling
incinerator.
Hey!
You want to know why it's warm in here? We run this place on butterfly power. Oh my gosh! So we're sitting there, and I'm sitting next to a dude who incinerates butterflies. So
I personally
Ladies-
don't do incinerate.
ladies, butterfly incinerator right here. If you're into that, incinerates butterflies.
So next on Channel 5 News, we have...
really wanted to show that. I'm sorry, Chris. I had to tell it because I thought I was going to, like drive us off the highway because I was laughing so hard. Butterfly. I just want everyone to soak that in. Butterfly incineration. Chris, come back. I can't do this on my own. I have no one to talk to. I must talk to myself. We saw how well that worked in my little test run, where Chris informed me that I have resting bitch face, which I did not know. How could you all not tell me?
He does. It's fantastic, though.
It was bad. It was really bad. You know what? I'm sure that in like my listening moments here, I've had it, and it's just embarrassing because no one's told me.
I'm really glad
no
I'm the
told
one
me.
who has been able to tell you.
Surprised my wife hasn't said anything. Maybe it's just
she just ignores
it.
it.
I mean, look, so like I'm gonna okay, hold on. I'm gonna prep my face and I'm just gonna put it in a relaxed state. This isn't, I'm not gonna like scowl. I'm just gonna be
perfect for the audio listeners.
So right now I'm feeling like I'm not looking at. So we have a TV there. I can see what I look like. So right now I'm just kind of resting my face. I feel like I'm doing a good job, and I'm gonna look at what I look like. I look fucking pissed off. Oh my gosh! How can no one tell me that?
Well, it only took me about 6 months to tell you that, so.
I know. Oh my gosh!
I think what we have all learned here is your wife does not pay attention to you.
She does. Maybe it's just like maybe it doesn't bother her, or maybe she does know and she just hasn't told me because she doesn't want me to be self-conscious about it. But it's like I just look pissed off. I'm having to work hard to just like keep my eyebrows raised and like look excited.
Can you do that face again and then have Jake just zoom in really closely? Perfect, nailed it. There's our picture.
I'm sorry, audio listeners. I mean, honestly, the audio quality in this room is terrible, so I apologize for that.
We're gonna work on that. I bought a new microphone. I thought that
he bought a nice microphone to record this podcast with, and then did not bring it.
I did not bring it because I thought this place would be.
There was fantastic. Again. I was doing it again. I need to.
Well, I mean that's good. You have a good reason to because I didn't bring my microphone. So
I know, but I thought I looked normal. I'm struggling with this right now. I'm gonna have to come to terms with the fact that I'm one of those people who just looks pissed off whenever their face is relaxed. It's gonna be rough. I apologize to all of you. Just know that I'm Chris is mouthing something to do.
What? No, I'm not.
So
why are you looking at the camera? I think you're supposed to have a conversation.
Become an RT Florida sponsor and watch the video podcast.
You can join us for the low fee of $0.
Just know that maybe I'll have to. If I am angry with you, I'm just gonna have to really scowl at you.
Okay.
Like I can't even do it right now. Too happy right now.
I don't.
But yeah. So how long have we been doing this now? About I don't know.
Minutes?
20 minutes?
30.
30
We're
minutes?
up to 30 minutes.
30 minutes? We have been talking for 30 minutes. How about that?
That's about how long I thought the podcast would go.
I know, right? Especially since there's only two of us.
These two of us, we haven't
talked
about at all.
So maybe let's start wrapping it up.
All right.
Just for our first test podcast.
Great test.
So maybe let's just go over real quick some events that are going on right now. So I mean, we're recording this on the 28th. So depending on when this comes out, this information may or may not be appropriate, but relevant. There you go. That's probably a better word. So this Saturday we have the RT Florida House Party. All that info is on Facebook. If you're wanting to go, check that out. It's going to be actually in Orlando. So if you're in that area and you're down for that, check it out.
Worms,
yeah.
Rooster Rumble. By the way, we won our first round in Rooster Rumble, our first official win in this tournament.
Yes.
We are very excited to our awesomeness and some dude who joined us at the last second. Thank you, Brandon.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, definitely carried the team.
You backpacked us.
And carried the guy who went 5-11 in the last round.
9-11.
Whatever you went, it was better than me.
Yeah.
5-11.
But
yeah. 5-11.
Hey, but we won. It's a team game.
We won, and that is the point. And we're playing Worms Battlegrounds, and I did find out that they do have local multiplayer. Apparently, you can play Worms Battlegrounds on one Xbox with one controller. So,
fantastic.
No excuse, house party. You guys are playing. You better represent us. I don't care if you're drunk. In fact, it's probably preferable. You better damn well win.
Game,
you better win. So, yeah, Rooster Rumble. And then coming up at the, near the middle to back part of May, we have the first ever North RT Florida meetup up in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
So
should be fun. We're looking like a good crowd.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of interest already.
Yeah, we're at a place right now where we're not really looking for, tons of people to show up. What we're looking for is for people to show up who want to engage with the community
and want to make new friends. I mean, that's what we're all about. We all have the same interests. That's how we met. He messaged me on the RT site, and then I ignored him for 6 months.
He did.
And then we got back together later on.
So
and that's how friendships are made.
They are made like that, just like that.
Ignore them.
You ignore them for long enough, a friendship will blossom.
I mean, that's how you know they love you, is if you ignore them for 6 months and then they come back to you.
That's how I know my cat loves me.
True story.
Yeah. So let's see. I mean, that's really it for the immediate future, and then we have RTX coming up, which we're all super pumped for.
What was that, July? 4th of July?
No, 4th of July is the end of it. I think it's July 1st.
So yeah, that date.
Yeah. That one. It's on the website.
It's on the website. Not our website. Their website.
No. Yes. So I think that's really it for news right now.
I mean, the most that we can say is hopefully we make more of these, and we're gonna have more content on our YouTube page, which we'll mention here in a second. Well, we might as well go to it now.
Yeah.
So it's youtube.com/RT Florida.
Something like that. Well,
there might be an underscore there. But
yeah. We'll put something in a quote link dump. But yeah, so we have YouTube videos coming out every now and then. Jake and Victoria, like we said earlier, are pumping out videos from things like Minecraft Let's Plays to GTA 5 Let's Plays to live action stuff. So just be on the lookout for that. Really good content there, and we can't confirm that a lot of our podcasts are going to be in video form. It's kind of a pain in the butt to get in here and record them, but who knows? I mean,
it might be fun. We always have this nice green screen here,
and we might get in a real microphone. Just nudge Chris there. Real microphone.
Yeah, we'll get that.
With the audio sync. I'm not gonna lie, I got really excited because I wanted to, you see that?
Did you just make a bubble?
I don't know how. Okay, so you probably won't be able to see it, but there was a little bubble that just floated down in front of me, and we have no idea where it came from. That was weird. Anyway, so I wanted to sync the audio. I was gonna do one of these, sync, and now I don't get to do it. Well, I did get to do it, but it doesn't mean anything.
Sorry.
I forgive you.
So yeah, if you want to stay up on our content, and especially if you want to join our Let's Plays, and we have something else that we do. It's extremely fun. It's called Drunk Gaming Night.
Oh yeah.
Where I've had people always wanting to get in contact to do that.
Definitely.
I mean, who doesn't like to play video games and drink? Anyway, so you can go to our Facebook page, facebook.com. Also /RT Florida, or you can just
another thing that we'll put in the link down.
Another thing we'll put in,
instead of having to replay this podcast, Facebook.com /RT_.
Somewhere it might be here.
I don't think it's not
here.
Gonna be here. It's probably going to be down
there,
down there. Yeah.
There.
So see my hand down here. Maybe. I don't know.
We don't.
Whatever. So yeah, so be sure to check us out on our RT Florida page on the Rooster Teeth site. That's where we're going to be posting all of our stuff, and then you can check Facebook and Twitter out to see notifications about new things that are coming up. But be sure to become a member of the group on the RT site, because that's where we're going to be posting everything. So I think.
And our Twitter handle is @RT_Florida.
You can see all the awesome tweets that this guy makes. They're funny.
If you want.
We're not going to force you.
But it's probably a good idea.
Probably.
I
Yeah.
think we're all good. We got a Twitch channel as well. I don't know if you mentioned that. Did you?
No, listen.
We're going to have everything.
There's going to be a big list down there. If you want to check anything out, it's going to be there. I might even put Chris's phone number down there. Actually, that's a lie, because I don't think I have it.
No, you don't. That's fantastic.
Damn it! Empty threat. Empty threat.
Empty threat.
Okay. Well, I think that's it. I think we're all
And so what about personally? Like, where can they find you or on Twitter? To see all your
So
tweets that you don't
yeah.
tweet?
So you can find maybe we'll have Jake do the kind of thing like the slow-mo guys.
Mm.
Like you can follow us on Twitter. I'm at WillBrewer20.
And I'm at That's How UF Rolls.
That is how UF rolls. Yeah, and then you can also find us on the RT site. I'm WB Spartan.
And I'm Chris_G.
Yeah, I guess I should say I am WB_Spartan. If we're being technical. WB Spartan. Technical.
That's what RT Florida is all about. Technicalities.
Oh, jeez. Again, audio listeners. Not the best content there. Yeah, anything else, man? That's a no.
I don't know. Like, do we have anything? No, we're good.
We're fine.
To the next one. To the
All
next
right.
episode.
Thanks, guys. Have a good one. Bye-bye.